Hi, this is Leon at the Computer Room Nottingham. I've got an iPad 4 here that we're looking in at the moment. It's been brought in like this with all its sort of parts just here. It suffered LCD connector damage just here, as you can see. Now the connector itself is already sort of lifted up from one end. The pins have come away from some of the solder pads. I am a little bit concerned at the moment about some of these pads may be damaged, and it might be impossible to perform a repair on it because of that damage. But what I'm doing at the moment, I'm going to desolder safely what there is to actually desolder. Then we'll take a look at the solder pads and see if there is any damage. Alright, then we've been able to take the rest of the connector off quite safely. The remains of it are just here. Now, there is a solder pad that's missing just from here. You're probably not going to be able to see it very clearly, but where you've obviously got the silver areas here, and you've got the end right here that's got one of the solder pads missing. Now I can't see that that leads anywhere, so whether that solder pad has an electrical job to do or not, I don't know. What I'm going to do though is clean these pads up, ready for a new connector. We'll get a new connector in, and then hopefully we'll get it working. Alright, then here we are. We have moved on from removing the old connector. Obviously we've got the most of it off. We've desoldered up and down both rows of pads the remaining part of the pins off the old connector. What we've got here is the new one. What we're going to do is just get it in exactly the right place. We're going to solder it by a couple of pins at each end, just to get it to stay there, stay still. Then we'll solder in everything else to make sure it's all okay. Once that's done, we're going to be reassembling the iPad, and hopefully we'll see the LCD working soon. The connector going in. As you can see, we're soldering it in on this side. We've already done the back side of it. What we did, like I said, was soldered in from both ends. We've done the back side, and we've gone right ahead and done all this row. You can sort of see as far as we've gone up to now. The silver areas are the solder, the duller areas are just the pins until we get the solder on them. But we're going to finish this row and then we'll get testing. Alright, the connector is in now. As you can see, all these solder points are now nice and silver. There are a lot of good solid solder joints there. So what we're going to do is clean up these areas. These sort of bits of tape here surround the connector. We're going to put those back in. And then yeah, we'll be testing next. And here we are rebuilding the iPad now. I know we've got the LCD connected just up here. The touch screen is connected, if you can see, just here as well. We're going to put the LCD back down, screw it in place, then we'll put the touch screen in place as well. We'll switch on and see what happens. Alright, and here we are. We have the iPad switched on, as you can see. Screen working absolutely fine. There's no sort of flickering, there's no areas of the screen that don't work or anything like that. It's all good. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get the screen stuck down, because we need to fit the home button as well. Once that's done, then that will become the repair complete. But yeah, if you've got your own iPad 4 in this case, iPad 3 also has the same connector for the LCD. If you're needing any help with problems after it being damaged or anything like that at all, then please do let us know. As you can see, we can always help.